and the economic activity centers, a department, staircase, and required facilities, faculty premises, parking place, go downs, office area, plant area, technical services, personal services area, technical services like accommodation, storeroom, tools, department, powerhouse, compressor, boiler, shipping department, personal services area like parking area, gatekeepers, office, canteen facilities, restaurants, toilets, amenities, recreations. So this plant layout is a design of physical arrangement most economically means to required output quality. So it's an allocation of space according to the operation process and usage of optimum space in setting up a personal operating machines, equipment, storage, material equipments, and other supporting services. So we have few principles like steady, uninterrupted flow of work should be there when we are going to have this plant layout. Absence of congested traffic should not be there. Full utilization of capacity, flexibility to meet technological changes, easy control of production, effective supervision, low cost of manufacturing. While designing the layout of the plant, the following principles should be kept in mind. Principle of minimum movement, principle of flow, principle of space, principle of safety, principle of flexibility, principle of overall in integration. So there are few objectives like they want to increase the turnover, fewer production delays, greater utilization of space, man, machinery, minimum capital investment, full utilization of floor, reduce in inventory in process, minimum materials handling, no congestion and confusion, easier adjustment of changing conditions, and it should be easy and better supervision, satisfaction and safety of the works. So these are objectives of plant layout. So if you want to determine the plant layout, materials may influence because type of materials, maybe that is raw materials, maybe of solid, liquid, seasonal, market condition, model specifications, and another like product size, demand, and production resources. Men machinery need to be put towards the product, storage and handling of this product, and machinery, the size and type of machinery will be dictated by the product type or quality of production and management policies and type of industry, synthetic industries, analytic industries, extractive industries. So this location, plant after location, will go for plant layout. So these are the things which affect the plant layout. Even the mode of transportation, fuel requirement, future expansion of the firm, this also may affect. And they have to come out with manager policies like production volume and scope of expansion, level of automation required, production purchases of equipment, desire of rapid delivery, and HR policies. So if you want to have a good plant layout, the characteristics of these good plant out is it should be safer, neat, clean, comfortable, less amount of work in process, no traffic congestion, better utilization of available space, short material flow, steady and smooth flow, absence of bottlenecks, all machines loaded according to the capacity, neither less or more, less handling by the skilled workers, Yes, they should monitor this all the process. Less mental and physical strain on workers. Easy to supervise and control by these skills. Production is economical, flexible to meet the variations in output and value. So, if you have these good plant layout characteristics, then you have some more advantages like lesser material handling. Materials will move shorter distances and less effort to be required for the workers. Improved, better service facilities, adequate storage area, output will be higher, total output will be higher, manufacture cost will be lower, maintenance cost will be lower. There will be a saving in power. There will be a less spoilage, spillage, spoilage, scrap. Higher wages may be attracted. Number of accidents will be reduced. Setup time will be reduced. Time lagness will not be there. Total time in the process will be less. Specialization of operations will be facilitated. Conveyors, rise the production lines will be flowing. Motion time study will be facilitated. Fewer inspections needed. Production control will be easier. Receiving and shipping of the schedule will be easier. The supervisor burden sorry, plant investment can be held necessary if we can. Plant and equipment obsolescence will be less. The plant will be better able to operate. Idle time will be less. Waste space will be eliminated. So, if you have a good plant layout, these will be the advantages of. So, there are so many advantages. Next will be the materials flow method. The activity will be the planning. So, in the planning, we are going to set some few goals. Then scheduling requirement of specifications. Purchasing and procurement, vendor selection we are going to do and vendor will be contacted. Inspection and quality control, the confirming the quality, stores and inventory control, determining inventory maintenance upkeep, materials handling and distribution logistics. So distribution shipments will be there. So normally when we have a material flow, it flows from suppliers to the manufacturers, warehouses, retailers, and to the customers. And any damages, any unsold, unused, to be recycled, they are going to come back. So this directional represent information flows. Information should be flown as in case of materials. So the illustration was given by the author and he illustrated this material flow diagram with an continuous line showing double-sided arrows, which represents the material bidirectional. Arrays represent material flows, backward flows may refer to the returns and products of material. And dotted lines he has used with an arrows, which represents that information flow will be there simultaneously with the material. So as can be seen from this illustration, there is a definitive flow of materials from vendor to warehousing up to the customer. So it is very important to the materials and information both are available at the time when needed. So these materials should be purchased prior to the production, and when they receive it, they should supervise it well. As you can see, the information embodies then the material flow, be it a production planning or a marketing, inventory control, or purchasing. The information should be there. The effectiveness of material flow is thus depend on the information decision. If an organization can control these two flows easily and effectively, then it will be definitely render goods producers at a low cost. Would be able to offer a good service. So that is the strength of this usage of materials flow effectively. So last time we have seen few broadly manufacturing units, traders, and service establishments. So in the manufacturing units, product line, layout, fixed layout, combined layout will be there because it depends on how they are uh, placed. So fixed position will be fixed and combined layout means as and when needed, they are going to change according to their operations. So as we have seen the material flow, next we are going to see how to handle materials in the safer way. Because if you are not going to concentrate more on these materials, you cannot reduce the cost. If you are going to reduce the cost, then only you are going to get the profits. So we have few principles in this to come out of this, what is it called, losses. So whenever you select these materials, because of good procedures, you have few advantages. Like workplace accidents will not be there, employee satisfaction will be there, increased productivity and efficiency because of less wastage, saves you money mostly. It maximizes the space if you are going to use well off, improve customer service, decrease product damage. So regular inspection and verification, it can lead to this decrease in the product damage. Mostly operations at plant and the material handling equipment, fixed path equipments, variable path equipments, different types of material handling equipment will be there, but they have been classified into five major categories like transport equipment, positioning equipment, unit load formation equipment, storage equipment, identification and controlling. This transport equipment is used from one location to another location, between the workplaces, between the machines, between the storage areas. So this also last time we have seen different types of conveyors, forklifts, and there is a jips and the chain, electrical hose, pallets, and we have strip street. So we have personnel assigned to the material handling by total operating workforce. Then you will get the percentage. So there are few guidelines last time we have seen of material handling. So today, as we have seen yesterday, the production planning and control is the main thing. That was a sum up, and just to have an clear cut idea of the last time class. Today we are coming out with production planning and control. Before that, we are going to have some introduction about the production. Normally the production is nothing but conversion of raw materials into finished goods. So the time, quantity, cost, and quality is involved in this production system. Production planning means it's a technique of forecasting and picturing ahead every step. And in that, we are going to acquisition and arrangement of all present necessary for future production products. The need, the purpose of this planning to translate the forecast into production, because we have imagined or taken an estimation of demand. We need to go for production. To set the tone of production department, anticipating reduced uncertainties, to ensure uninterrupted supply of inputs, maintain promises to customers, to facilitate coordination among the various sections, to facilitate production control. Short-term production plan, medium and long term will be there normally. The manufacturers will be thinking of and coming out with different types of production plannings. Normally, the levels of management are three, and the people doing the planning will be of different: strategic planning by the top level, tactical by the middle level, and operation by the bottom level. The range will be long, middle, and short, and types of planning will be facility layout level and the department level and operation center level because of their scope and need. Production control may be an subfunction which includes production planning. So it activates the planned work and controls various aspects on deviation from the planned limit. That is a production control. So in production planning, what we have done, that same should be implemented. During this implementation process, this production controller will be seeing any deviation conducted during this process. So checking these deviations is nothing but control. So implementation of these production plans, coordinating different activities of different departments like marketing, finance, materials, and quality control. So they are going to issue orders regarding the implementation of plans, checks the adherence in the schedule. So production planning versus the production control. And the production planning, we are going to have regarding planning, scheduling, and loading. But in the control, their functions like dispatching, follow-up, inspection, and correction. So this will be in the production, and this production control will be starting from the dispatching thing. And they are going to follow up these things and they are going to inspect and do some corrections if they need. So production planning will be done prior of production, but this controlling will be done at the time of post-production activity. Most of the activities are intangible in case of planning, but most of the activities in this production control will be tangible because they should be available there at the inspection and they have to check. In the planning, we are going to prepare budget, but here we are going to implement the orders. Planning involves the repository of information regarding the time standards, material specifications, process, and rating. Control generally involves the communication of these data and mostly centers around feedback mechanisms. So it is very decentralized and widespread throughout the organization. They ensure the utilization of available resources. So if you are going to combine these two things and if you come out with an abbreviation that is PPC, Production Planning and Control. So every organization due to competition, they have to go to the streamlining the things and attain the maximum utilization of available resources. So PPC is a direction and coordination of firms' resources towards attaining prefixed goals. It also helps to achieve uninterrupted flow of materials through the production line. So PPC is needed to achieve the goals. What are the goals? One is utilization of the resources. You may say full utilization or optimum utilization. And uninterrupted production flow. Meeting quantity and quality constraints. Supplying the product at competitive rates. Because what the law of demand says, as the price increases, the demand decreases. So here we have to more concentrate on the pricing methods and pricing determinants. So the objective of PPC will be the quality of the product and to meet the customer requirements and specifications. They look for quantity of the product because the price should match the quality and quantity offered. To maximize the proper coordination and delivery schedules, meet the promised delivery dates, keep the required quantity for the raw materials, and they should have a team spirit too, because proper communication should be there among peers. Flexibility should be there in the adjustment due to the changes in the levels. And we should not encourage this absenteeism. And there may be a reduction in the supervision if you are going to do well. So coming back with the functions of this production planning and controlling, they go for a long way in the designing and estimating and forecasting the demands and to match this facility layout and location, equipment, machineries. That will be done in the pre-planning stage. At the planning stage, the material methods and facilities, machines, manpower, all the forums, 9Ms have the resources. Then the production control stage, we are going to have the routing, estimation, loading, scheduling, dispatching, expediting, inspection, and evaluation. So these are the functions of PPC. So lots of information is needed for the PPC because it relies more on heavily upon the accuracy and timely information because the job should be effectively done. So the various information required at the source originating from the departments. Now we are going to see. The information required is quantity and delivery and product variants that you are going to get from the sales forecasting and demand analysis done by the marketing department. So the marketing department will be the original department which has the information regarding the sales forecasting and demand. From that, the information, this production, the need is the quantity to be produced and at what time they have to give their deliveries and the product variations. Second one, the information they need is quality aspects like specification and tolerances. This will be given by the engineering purchase source department and the source will be customer expectations into product specifications. And the information from the PPC, they need the input materials. What are the inputs they need in order to produce those particular output? That is bills of materials, drawings and material stack, tools and jig and fixtures, what they need. This will be given by the production engineering dash sheet. And the operational details like sequencing of operation, process, parameters, that also will be given from process design, load charts by the industrial engineering department. And setting up the standard times from the way of work measurements. Starting and finishing time, that is a schedule chart from the production department. Progress in the work will be provided by this production department. So these are few informations required by the PPC given by the original departments with a source of information. Next, we are going to have some focus on inventory. For all types of businesses, inventory is an important concept. Inventory, any form of idle but useful resources, is inviting the problems. Should neither be low or high, problems will be created. Therefore, optimum levels of inventory need to be made in order to have an efficiently, effectively running this firm. Various types of inventories and their functions and certain tools are there to manage the inventory levels like ABC analysis and inventory control methods like EOQ that we'll be seeing in this chapter. So normally, inventories provide certain essential benefits for a firm, but holding of inventories may eat away the considerable portion of available and current assets or cash. Therefore, essential that the management exercises effective planning and concentrate more on the vitalities. The challenge is not to prepare inventory to the bone to reduce cost or to have a plenty in the order to satisfy in order to satisfy the customer's demand, but to have the right amount to achieve the competitive priorities of the business more efficiently. So inventory management or inventory controlling is concentrating on area to maximize stakeholders' expectations. So they concentrate more on stakeholders. Inventory may be defined as a usable resource with a physical and a tangible characteristic, such as the materials. Inventory is a usable resource. It is also an idle resource. Unless it is managed effectively and efficiently, the inventory cannot be controlled. Why we have to control this? What all the inventory we have to handle this? The inventory includes raw materials, semi-finished goods, spare parts, finished goods, consumable supplies, indirect materials, brought out components. These are called as inventory. Another words normally we use in the market like stock, stores, goods, that are also synonymous with this inventory. So it may be taken as a umbrella term to include the above listed individual terms. Raw materials are the physical resources used in production process. The purpose of holding the stock of raw materials is to ensure uninterrupted production in the event of delays in delivery and to take advantage of bulk or otherwise favorable purchase terms. So the need for inventory management has increased nowadays. And they are going to follow the purposes served by maintaining the inventory. One is the main thing is to carry out day-to-day operations of a firm and to balance the input and output, filing of stocks, so for transaction purpose, we need to store the some amount of stock. For precautionary motive also, we may hold the stock like safety stock because of seasonal sales. You have to hold few stock over the maintenance. And speculative motive is to take advantage of prices. Normally, this is other side of the coin, maybe the negative side from the point of customer point of view, but from the manufacturer's point of view, few stock will be held in order to see the price rise. The regular production, absence of adequate stock of raw materials, then they may hamper the profit because as customers, they never show any interest regarding those, maybe retailers or wholesalers or industries, wherein they are not going to hold any stock. They need to have some stock in the availability so that the customer will get confidence that these people have the stock all time. For that reason, these people have to maintain few stock rather than pushing the stock to the distribution levels. So types of inventories, there are four types of inventories. If you speak about types, one is cycle inventory, the proportion of total inventory that varies directly with lot size. And this lot size is denoted by Q. It varies from the demand rate. Safety stock inventory, it protects against uncertainties in demand. It is a desired quantity on the specified day with acceptable quality. It is maintained not to disrupt when such problems occur. To have some inventory ensures. So safety stock is created and it is going to deliver earlier than when the item is really required. Anticipation of inventory. This inventory is to observe unseen rates of demand supply with business office space in related to anticipation inventory. Predictable, seasonable demand pattern help when supply rather than the demand is uneven. 90% of the sales only during the 3 or 4 consecutive summer months of a year. So such uneven demand may lead to a manufacturer to pile up the anticipatory inventory during the period to low demands. Pipeline inventory, the inventory means from the point to point in the material flow system. These material move from suppliers to the plant, from one operation to the next in the plant. Pipeline inventory consists of orders that have been placed but not yet received. So in this section, based on the review of the meaning, types, and the need of inventories, you are presented with the objectives. Inventory planning and inventory manage or other related phrases having the same meaning. Scientific and systematic planned inventory control. The advantages is it ensures smooth production, ensures timely supply to the market, generates goodwill for customers, facilitate effective production planning, enables the firm to take advantages of price fluctuations, improves liquidity position of the firm, minimizes loss, deterioration of damages. Thousands of items are held in inventory by a typical manufacturing type of organization, but only a small percentage of them deserves management closer certainty and control. So we are going to see some interesting things in managing this inventory. So management has different tools based on certain criteria given below or the various types of selective inventory control tools. ABC analysis. It's an annual value of consumption of items. Note that unit value is not considered. So the annual value of consumption, they are going to multiply with the units, with the unit price, consumption. Then we are going to differentiate 70 to 80%, 60 to 40%, and 30%. And we have HML, high, medium, low. Unit value of individual inventory items. Opposite to ABC, does not consider consumption of level of items. Just they are going to see the unit value. High, medium, low. VED analysis, the priority and critical nature of components with respect to production. Vital, essential, desirable. So we have SD, we have gold, we have AFSN, SOS. The problems associated with respect to procurement, we are going to see in SD. Gold, we are going to see the source from which materials are procured. And fast moving, slow moving, non moving, frequency of consumption, how often issued from the stores. SOS, raw materials, seasonal of seasonal, raw material fabricated. So, as in case of Pareto's law, we apply that is the 80-20 rule, and we have cause and effect. More selectively, inventory controls. The analysis is based analytical management tool which helps the top management to place efforts where the results will be the greatest. This is explained by the filthy statements, always better control ABC, in order to determine priority. This technique analysis, the annual consumption value is monetary terms and according to priority is getting assigned. Quite a number of problems can be successfully solved by applying Pareto's law, that is the 80-20 rule, cause and effect. Sales revenue comes from 20% of customers. 80% of value addition is made from 20% of machines. 80% of property is owned by 20% of population. 80% of results come from the 20% of efforts. Let me repeat this.